Hello there, this is a video introduction tape.
Warning, your current video has been paused by the USA military. A warning threat of warning to the entire world, not just the USA, as a threat of an entity from a video game called Door from Roblox. Gamers call this entity Rush. People currently outside or out of their homes must insert into their homes or shelter immediately. Apparently, Russia has found a multiplication legend of supposed way he summoned himself. Now there's hundreds to thousands to maybe even millions to billions of Russians traveling across the world killing people in an instant. The current speed of Rush is at least 1.2 Mach, which is probably in the thousands of miles per hour. This is the fastest thing ever discovered that is moving currently on the Earth beside of current day jets. Or human cannot outrun this, as I've already told you the speed. And he places to hide in closets, houses, and everything. Do not head outside. Do not head outside. Do not head outside. The USA has issued another entity that has spawned onto the world. This entity's name is Ambush. He's also from the same exact game Rush is from. Like I said, the game is called Doors. There are now two types of entities on this world. Rush and Ambush. Ambush is 1.6 Mach, meaning he's a few thousand miles per hour faster than Rush. You cannot outrun Ambush. Stay inside. He's just like Rush, but a lot more dangerous. You can pretty much say he's Rush's bigger brother. He's a lot more bigger and a lot more faster. We forgot to tell you, there's a black flashing aura that seems like squares around Rush. There is green light and purple light around Ambush. Ambush is stated as a white figure with a wide mouth and white two eyes. They're fully black as well. Rush and Ambush are pretty much the same. Besides that, Rush has a curved head, as we've seen many recordings sent by people to the 911 service, and we've seen these entities. They are very unnatural in the way they're just a floating head. Most of the people that sent these videos were never found again, as the entity saw them right after and must have flashed and instantly killed them right on the spot. Warning, another entity from Doors has appeared. We don't know how this is happening, but apparently these are called the eyes or eyes. Do not look at these eyes. If you look at these eyes, you will die. It's unnatural how you die instantly from looking at the eyes, but we think it's radiation causes to our eyes that makes our brain sensitive. But we're not so sure what happens and how whenever he stares at us we die. We don't die instantly. If we stare at him too long, then we will die. But unfortunately, that's just how it is. So whatever you do, block up your windows and stay inside. There's now 3 entities. This thing stays still. And there's not millions or billions of them. There's only a few hundred found in the 911 service sent with videos. Whenever they recorded it, the camera broke. So we got only a few seconds to see what this entity looked like before the camera completely blew up and most likely injured the person, or other entities made them off guard and killed the person.
Warning. The USA has stated that there is another monster from Doors. This entity is named Seek by the website and gamers. People are using the website found on the internet to their advantage. But monsters are now getting more of what we do normally. So now, they're taking down power lines. So we only have a few hours until all the power lines on the entire world are broken, and we cannot communicate with anyone towards what's happening. The military had tried to use lethal force against these monsters, but it completely didn't faze them at all. Besides these new creatures that came on coming called Seek. Apparently, he's about 6'5" tall, not as tall as, like, the tallest people in, like, the entire world. But he has many manipulations no human in the entire of all history, at least what we know, can do. He can naturally just summon fire out of nowhere and burn someone to death. Or he can manipulate the unknown liquid, which makes himself, creates arms, and many other things we haven't discovered. The only thing we know is the arms part. He can make a whole lot more than that. Some people think it's either some other acid that makes up venom, which they're theorizing is just a certain type of ink. We're not sure. The eyes are not human eyes either. We found out they have a tiny bit of radiation inside, which we think normal eyes have too. But this has a whole lot of radiation. More than the most radiation gathered by humans, which is very, very, very unnatural. More updates on this soon. Well, Seek. We need to tell you more about Seek before we show you more updates, in which no new monsters have been put on our chart yet. So, I think I have enough of time to tell you what Seek does. First of all, since he has so many eyes, he has way better eyesight than Seek, but he's very vulnerable when he's chasing someone. A hiding spot like a closet or anything would be perfect, but sometimes he can manipulate the area around him. And, well, that's when things get serious. You're either going to be summoned to a hallway in what seems like a hotel, and there's an entire chase scene. If you do survive him, he's gone for good, but some others might target you. Evacuation is being made by the U.S. military to get off the Earth. They're also gathering astronauts. The International Space Station has been catching on with this. Even some of the lights in New York came off because of how chaotic of all the monsters going around is. And other big places, like any other big places, are losing their lights every single day. It's been 3 days since the events, and more calls on the 911 services and everything, and evacuations are happening. Unfortunately, these monsters are too fast, but Seek is about as fast as, if I would say, he's at least 23 miles per hour, which definitely the normal human can't outrun that. But if you really tried, you could. And just like a car would be perfect. Just try to, survive. You might want to steer around and around, not hit the fire, get manipulated by the ink. As fast as the car is, you'll definitely survive him. If you do run him over, he will be gone for good. So that's the perfect choice to make for Seek.